Hey guys, and welcome to Not Jurassic Room. A lot of news has come out, especially today, and I want to get this video out this week, but it's been tough. I got all this info to talk about, but let's see. Okay, so a lot of news coming out today. That's going to be the end of the video. Actually, the highest spoiler is going to be at the very end of the video, but we will talk about the Dominion poster and everything that has just been released only an hour ago. So I want to cover some of the other stuff first. Okay, let's get into it. Welcome to Jurassic Room, whatever. Jurassic Chat 67. And I want to do this before. This is not Jurassic Room, of course, because I need to do this and I don't feel like going in there and dealing with tanks. So anyway. Okay, so number 3 on the docket. Rick Carter. If you don't know, a screenwriter for Jurassic Park. So they have released a final draft audio screenplay of Jurassic Park, plus some art that has been revealed from the original screenplay, and all of that. Link down in the description, I think I'll put it. But that has come out. It is basically his final draft, which would have come out. Has some different tweaks and whatnot, I believe. 4, Jurassic Time official channel has come out, and it's a YouTube channel if you want to check it out. I'll see if I can link it down in the description below. But they did a really cool thing for Trespasser. They did the John Hammond memoirs, and added art and everything to them. They're pretty decent, pretty cool. I actually enjoyed listening to them. Number 5, got some concept art here. I'll post by John Bell for the original Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 3 toy lines. They're pretty cool if you want to take a look at those for just a quick second. Number 6, Jurassic World New World, a Jurassic fan film released. I can't exactly remember the details of it, but if you want to check it out, link will be in the description below. I think it's on YouTube. It's a decent little fan film, you know, set, I think, after Dominion. It was a decent little fan film. Number 7, I want to talk about this other Jurassic creator called Jaros428. And he is a magnificent artist. He has done so much cool stuff. My wallpaper is actually his Indoraptor art, his Indoraptor E750 art. It is phenomenal. And I just loved it a lot. And I actually want to talk a little bit about his newest thing, his now finished poster, Jurassic Legacy poster. And it is so awesome. If you just look at it right here, just want to quickly shout that out because that thing looks awesome. I want a print of it so bad. Like, no, I want a, what it would be, 18 by 24. I gotta remember the actual stats of what is it? Ratio of a poster, Wicket? Ratio of a poster. But yeah, I'd love to have one, although it's missing an Allosaurus. That needs to change. But I thought that was actually really cool. Number 9, the Velocicoaster. Today's the 9th. It is opening tomorrow. The Velocicoaster, the newest attraction to Universal's Islands of Adventure. In a short little tidbit of information as well, guests were evacuated during a trial run, I think earlier this week. Don't know, the ride basically started up for only maybe a minute before it was shut down, and people were evacuated off and given water bottles and whatnot. And kind of crappy line tickets, you could say. But anyway, but yeah, the ride is basically, as you can you already tell, the Velocicoaster. It's around the Raptor squad, and it's I believe it's supposed to tie into Dominion from what I hear. Something about it is supposed to tie into Dominion or something like that. But it's Velociraptor themed roller coaster, and it is set to have the fastest launch of any ride on there. So I guess that just means it goes like that, like a bullet. Okay, number 10 I got on the list. Jurassic Park, the Ultimate Visual History Art Book will be releasing in October. This thing looks cool. I cannot wait, because I don't think I've ever heard of... When you get in here... I'm in the living room, so I got the dogs in here. I actually got to lock them up, because they're all supposed to be coming home soon. Get in here. Let me get into the litter box, please. But anyway, the Ultimate Visual History is an art book, and it's supposed to, I guess, contain stuff from the making of the film, the artwork and everything. I would love to see that, because I don't think they've released something like that yet. Or at least as detailed, I believe, as this is supposed to be. I'd like to see some more of Crash McCurry's art. I think that'd be really cool. So I cannot wait to see this come out in October. 11. So this is some old news. Dominion felt like a 6-hour movie, according to Sam Neill. Now, of course, it's not going to be a 6-hour movie. It's going to be cut down and so forth. So, yeah, it's interesting coming from Sam Neill. Of course, as we discussed in the last video, he's the one that spoiled the Giga will be in the film. Number 12, set photo. Set photo released by Chris Pratt of him, along with director Colin Trevorrow and Omar Sy, who plays Barry, who we have not seen since 2015's Jurassic World, in the Malta set, I believe. But he's in there in this little photo here, so it's pretty cool. Cool to see Barry back. Number 13. We've heard rumors of a possible prequel starring John Hammond. Not much to really go off of there, but it's supposed. And I think it'd be pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of the Jurassic Park Origins fan film that's been in development for almost 10 years now. I would love to see that, like the old style technology, breeding the Generation 1 animals. That would be really cool. I would really like to I think that would be one of the most interesting stories I would like to see from any era in the Jurassic franchise, would be the actual creation of the original Jurassic Park. I think that'd be really cool. Number 14. JPOG Archives website has been released. The link in the description below. But it's basically a whole site detailing everything about JPOG, Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, the game from 2003. One of the first really big park sims, and it was really cool. One of my favorite games of all time. Love playing it, and still love playing it every once in a while. But it goes into the details, the characters, the dinosaurs, dig sites, research, and the soundtrack as well. It's pretty cool. I haven't checked it out fully yet, but I do intend to soon because I love the game, and that just sounds pretty awesome. Sorry, I had to answer a phone call really quick. Let's see, where were we? Oh yeah, a comedy about Jurassic World Dominion's production by Judd Apatow was released for The Bubble. Not really sure much about that, but it was released, and there was some news. Let's see, 16. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this really quick, but there's more to talk about later on about this specifically. This was like yesterday's news, and today we got confirmation for pretty much everything. So the current release date is June 10th, 2022. And as Colin Trevorrow said, there's something big coming on the way. Same thing tweeted by Frank Marshall, who of course spoiled the Indoraptor for Fallen Kingdom. Everything was coming, and the possibilities were something for Fast and Furious 9. By the way, number 17, Fast and Furious Jurassic World crossover. No, I never want that. I never want to see that. Actually, I have never even seen the Fast and Furious movies. I actually have to really see those, because I actually really like the look of Hobbs and Shaw. But yeah, it's meant to bring people back to theaters. Tweeted by Colin Trevorrow, and we'll see what all that is. So next, I don't think I have any more unspoilery stuff. We will go into some toy news real quick. We got some toy news right here. All the other stuff was pretty much a little lowdown of everything I've collected so far. So right now we got, well, Mattel's Jurassic, along with Jurassic Outpost and Jurassic Outpost, along with Target, have all launched a new web series. It's on YouTube actually, called Beyond the Gates. It's for toy reviews regarding everything from the Amber collection to new toy sets. It's pretty cool. I remember everyone was kind of ticked off in the beginning because it's like Target. We kind of assumed it would be something, but at the same time it was kind of a big tease for toy reviews. So everyone was kind of a little like dismayed at that, but they're still cool, and they show off a lot of the cool stuff beforehand. All the other toy reviewers get a hold of them. So 19, we have a new Apatosaurus toy. This thing is awesome. For the longest time I've been saying we need an Apatosaurus toy, except in my mind I wanted to be like the purple variant of the Apatosaurus, because that was the first one I ever saw. Like in the first Jurassic World movie, they had that like purple grayish skin I really liked. And I also really want to have real feel skin like the Brachiosaurus as well, which is unfortunate, and sounds. And it has none of that, just like the Brachiosaurus, which is kind of a letdown for me. It's like, I want that so bad, at least give it noises. Why would you take that away from the sauropods? I would pay for just a little sound box, please. But it's still an interesting figure, and it's the green color scheme, so it's all right. I prefer the purple. To be honest, I would just prefer that color of the. I just noticed you were here, hero. So moving on, we also have the Dino Destroyers, something like that. I'll post it in here if I remember later on. But essentially, we have different also repainted remodel sets. But for the Dino Destroyer line or whatever it's called, we have the repaint of Stegosaurus here. We also have a new dinosaur, which is really modeled after the Drastical Evolution design. And that's Carcharodontosaurus, and that thing looks pretty sweet. Looks just like out of Evolution, and it's pretty cool that we're getting a Carch in general. For me, I always enjoyed the, oh, you may notice this, I got these at Pensacon. I'll explain more about Pensacon in another video. I just want to cover Jurassic chat first. But, I always loved the design of the Carcharodontosaurus in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. That was always one of my favorite go-to dinosaurs. I just thought it had a cool color scheme, looked kind of evil to it. Okay, so and as for the remodels and repaints, we do have new dinosaurs. We got the new dinosaur Tyrannosaurus, which of course was in Camp Cretaceous Season 3, and it's pretty cool. I love a Tyrannosaurus, so I cannot wait to get one in my collection. Allosaurus. Allosaurus, I think, has a new sculpt. I think it's got a new tail along with it. It's got the like Roarvor's body, but like the Battle of Big Rock tail, I think. The Stratosaurus has been completely remodeled. It's got a new face sculpt, at least is what I can tell. Ankylosaurus repaint, I think it's supposed to be bumpy, be more of a bumpy repaint. And 2 new Baryonyx, which I think are supposed to be Chaos and Limbo. So I think those are the 2 new Baryonyx. Moving on, we do now have the Scorpius Rex figure, and we have 2 different versions. We have one version that will be the Scorpius Rex by itself, and another version that will come with a Gyrosphere and Kenji. Kenji is also in another set, I believe. I think I go into more detail down here with what, yeah. But yeah, there will be another E750 with Kenji. I don't know why they paired him with Kenji instead of one of the other characters that hasn't had a figure come out yet, because I'm going to go into detail about them next, or after. I'm sorry, buddy. Right here, the Wild Chomping Toro. You can get a good look here. We have a new Raptor Squad set coming out. Look, right here, it's regular Raptor Squad instead of individual. They're in the 1-box set. We got the Nedry and Dilophosaurus set, which is right here. I actually saw this in Target a little while ago. I think I did a toy. No, I recorded. No, I may have posted it. I can't remember. I gotta remember if I posted that toy hunt yet. We do have a Tim Jeep. I think it's a T-Rex Escape or T-Rex Breakout set, but it has a T-Rex, the Jeep, and Tim from Jurassic Park. It's a pretty cool set. And yeah, that's it for that. And we do have Camp Cretaceous sets. We have Kenji and the Monolithosaurus. We have Darius and the Gallimimus, which are all pretty much relevant to Season 3. Yaz and Compies in blue. So Yaz comes with blue and a couple of 2 little Compies, I believe. And then we get Bumpy and Ben. So I think the only characters that don't have figures out yet, I feel like I saw them at some point though. At least the Brooklyn figure. I thought I saw a Brooklyn figure at one time somewhere. But as far as I could look up again, Brooklyn and Sammy do not have figures yet. So we'll be waiting for them to get their own sets. So moving on, we do have, this is a pretty interesting one, the Ocean Protector Mosasaurus. Now it's a little darker blue. It's got blue eyes. It's pretty it's different. It's the reason why it's called Ocean Protector is because it's made from 1 pound of ocean plastic. So it's a renewable, recycled, basically that. So it's environment friendly Mosasaurus. So pretty cool. And for the Amber collection, we got a bunch of new figures coming out for the Amber collection soon. Some have already come out. I think they had the new Ian Malcolm already come out. And it's not much different. I think he only has like a little radio or something in his hand. So it's not much different from the previous version. He has a flare as well. He's pretty much the same Ian Malcolm, which is a little disappointing. I was hoping more of something from the Lost World or even Dominion maybe. Or not Dominion, but Fallen Kingdom maybe. But I guess not. But the new figures are, we got Robert Muldoon, and the figure looks awesome, looks sweet. The only problem is that he does not have, what is it, the Spaz 11? I'll post it up here. I can't remember the exact name of the shotgun, but it does not have his shotgun in the set, which is very disappointing. He does have a tase gun, but the simple point is, for some reason with this Amber collection, they do not want to make guns for their figures. The Owen figure came with a knife and nothing else. A $20 figure for a character who has like identifiable weapons in the movie did not come with a gun. At least his rifle, or even the Indoraptor gun, whatever you call it. He didn't come with one. Who else has come out with, whoever other figures have they had? None that really need guns. They do need to do a Claire figure. If they do a Claire figure, at least give her the Indoraptor gun, because at least that would be somewhat relevant. Or a trank gun or something, because she used a trank gun in Jurassic World. But it's really getting irritating to me that we're not, because the small figures, the mini figures have the guns. The mini Muldoon has the gun and whatnot. Why doesn't the Amber collection figures have guns? Like, what, did you lose a DC license and now you don't want to do even fake looking guns? Just, it really annoys me, frankly, because $20 for this figure and you don't get like identifiable things that come with those characters. Next is Ray Arnold. Ray Arnold is just, Ray Arnold. So, not much to say about that, but it's the Sam Jackson figure, so cool enough. John Hammond is getting his own figure, and he looks awesome. He comes with a baby Velociraptor egg hatching. He comes with his cane, and he looks very much like Richard Attenborough. So, it's a really cool figure, and I cannot wait to add that to my collection. Next one is Ellie Sattler. Ellie Sattler, and she looks surprisingly like Laura Dern from the first movie. She got the glasses and everything. I forget exactly. She got a utility belt, the radio, and that's what she comes with. I think she might come with a plant too, like a fern plant off of that one scene. But that's where Ellie comes in. Then the final dinosaurs we got, I think I've already talked about the Tiger Stripe Raptors before, the Tiger Stripe Amber collection, and the Pteranodon Amber collection figure. I'm pretty sure I've already talked about those. But the newest ones we have are the baby T-Rex from the Lost World. It's getting its own little set, its own little Amber collection figure, and Dimorphodons. We'll get 2 Dimorphodons in an Amber collection set. So those also look pretty cool. I'm still holding out one day that we will get maybe, well, for one, we need the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptors. We definitely need those. And the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptors. Wait, did I just say that? Oh, the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptor, sorry. And the, get Scorpius Rex and Indoraptor. I want both of those in an Amber collection. They're small enough, I think. I want to see them. I'd love to have a really detailed Indoraptor and a really detailed Scorpius Rex. That'd be really cool. Next, number 25, we have the Lego sets. And we have a couple different Lego sets up here, which I'll scroll through. I think we got a Baryonyx set. We got a Baby Trike set, I believe. We got a Carnotaurus set and one other one. I can't quite remember. But we have all of these sets, as you'll see here. Next, we do have from Prime 1 Studios, number 26, these bunch of statues, which I'll never be able to afford ever in my lifetime. Well, maybe if I decided not to pay the mortgage for 3 months or for a month. So, yeah, and that's the end of page 1 I've got right here. So, what's next we got here? We also, in terms of other stuff we had come out for Camp Cretaceous, we had the junior novelizations for Season 2 and Season 3. It just didn't cover the Season 2 one. Season 2 had the T-Rex in the front. Season 3 has Blue in the front. And, of course, they go in... I need to read the first one as well and then get the other 2 because I want to read them for more information. But those junior novelizations are all out for y'all to read. And speaking of the Camp Cretaceous, an overview of Season 2 and Season 3. I'll go into somewhat of an overview of the 2 seasons right now because I'm going to do overdue reviews for those sometime in the future. Season 2 was alright to me. I really liked the T-Rex action. I thought it was really alright. I liked some of the deaths that happen, human and dinosaur alike. So it was entertaining to me. But season 3 blew me away. I loved everything about it. I loved every episode. The whole thing with Kenji and Darius at the end kind of left me a little sad. But I definitely love all the dinosaurs. There's some stuff that's kind of kooky. Some things that go on that are just like, okay. One thing, I believe that was episode 7, was completely awesome with how they handled that. The T-Rex action especially. E750, the characters were all good. I thought all the character development was really well done. And pretty much the main thing, the Scorpius Rex E750. I loved the E750. I thought it was awesome. I loved the design, its execution. The thing was horrifying. I just loved everything about E750. Maybe one of my favorite dinosaurs in this franchise yet. Unfortunately, though, when I was doing my live stream, because YouTube has gotten worse over time, because I did the previous 2 seasons live stream, no problem. This season, it was like halfway through, and they're like, oh, this is copyrighted. You need to change this. And even afterwards, they just outright removed it. I'm going to make a review or movie or a video about that soon enough, saying or talking about my whole issue with YouTube. I wish they wouldn't remove the stuff. Just leave it in private so we can go back and download it again, delete it or whatever, and then edit it to a point where it's fair use, or better off than fair use. So if I ever do seasons or reactions to Camp Cretaceous again for season 4, I'll probably do like every 2 episode, I'll do a live reaction and then cut off and then do the next one and so forth. Just something like that. Just talking about that. But anyway, loved the Scorpius Rex. Loved the twist with it. All that, although the twist is a little weird at some point, and I'll address that in my overdue review. Next, 29. Speaking of Camp Cretaceous as well, Jurassic posted an interview with Sean Gimbrone. I think it's Gimbrone, who of course plays Ben in the series, and Mikkel, I think it's Mikkel Williams, who plays Darius in the series. So they did an interview with those. I'll link them down in the description below. I'll try to link everything as I can in the description down below. Just bear with me a little bit. Number 30, I believe this is the last bit of information around any merchandise. Tubbs released some ducks. Apparently they do rubber duckies, and you can get a Nedry and Hammond rubber ducky. So, that ends off all merchandise. Rubber duckies. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bad times so much fun. That was not a good one. My voice is going right now. Wicket, get in here, bub. Come on, get in here. Not supposed to be in there. Number 31. So, tomorrow is the 10th. We have a lot going on in terms of the 10th and rumors. So, we had a rumor that the trailer would be coming out for Jurassic World Dominion on the 10th. That has been proven wrong. I'll address that in a second, which I did not think that was going to happen anyway. I thought it'd be closer to F9, Fantastic for I keep on thinking Fantastic Beasts for some reason. Fast and Furious 9. I already assumed it was going to be closer to that anyway. Because, as well, I'm already worried enough about the trailer coming out a year before the release, because I don't want something to happen again like Godzilla King of the Monsters, where we got a trailer a whole year before anything happened, and it's like a slow burn till then. And I don't want the same thing to happen for Dominion. I don't think it will, but I think maybe showing the teaser now and then having like a 6-month hiatus, and then boom, like in December we get a full trailer or whatnot. It might be okay. But as for tomorrow, which is the 10th, which will be the Summer Game Awards, sorry, we already know that Frontier's going to be there. It's a new little, I don't know how long it's been going on, but it's a Game Awards thing. And Jeff Goldblum will be a guest. So Jeff Goldblum, Frontier, leads many to think that most likely we will see something for Jurassic World Evolution 2. Which is cool. I do think I want to see more diversity with the games for Jurassic, but I do enjoy Jurassic World Evolution, and I think making a sequel is a good step for the park builder parts, because I think we need to be done with all the park builders and all that, but I think one last one for Jurassic World Evolution 2 is needed, but I do think they need to do like survival horror and so what, not all these others, they need to address that whole area. But as for Jurassic World Evolution 2, I think that is needed, whatever dinosaur species. And then please add flying reptiles and the marine reptiles. It is sad that we got a Jurassic World Evolution game and we did not get the Mosasaur. And we did get Pteranodons. I'll give it to Evolution. We did get a lot for that game. But there's still a lot to be desired, especially if we can finally keep a Mosasaur in the park. Build our own Mosasaur habitat. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I figured it wouldn't be a trailer for the 10th, but I did figure because of the Summer Game Awards, we would at least probably get something for Jurassic Evolution 2. That was the more likely candidate, especially because they were never going to release the trailer on the 10th because there's already rumors that the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer is going to hit tomorrow. I personally think it is. I'm hoping that it will because I cannot wait for that trailer to see what is going on with that movie. It's the biggest movie of the year for me, is the next Spider-Man film. But yeah, they're not going to compete with Marvel. We saw that with Fallen Kingdom. They delayed the trailer by a week to avoid the Infinity War trailer hype. So yeah, they're not going to fight Marvel. They're not going to fight Spider-Man. They're going to wait, get their eggs in a clutch closer to F9 so that it makes more sense. So tomorrow we'll probably be getting something for Jurassic Evolution 2 as well. Sorry, this thing there at home. And Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm hoping those are the two things I get to enjoy tomorrow. Tomorrow can be a very good day. So, we have reached the end of all the non-spoiler stuff. The thing is, the next part is not really spoilery, but I don't really want to. I might just make 2 Jurassic chats today. This video is going on long. No, we're going to do this in this video. We're going to address everything in this video. Sorry. Okay, so we're going along with spoilers. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, you don't want to see any spoilers, you don't want to talk about what's happened today, because I'm going to be going into detail about what's going on with, because we've gotten some things told about what's going to happen in this thing that's coming with F9, the posters, the animals, the story, everything. I'm going to be talking about all of that as well as some other spoilered stuff that's, I mean, it's not really, the rest of the stuff isn't even spoilers now compared to what we've gotten today. So it's all kind of mild, frankly, now. It's all kind of information that we've already heard about. I wouldn't really worry too much about it. Personally, for me, it's more about execution rather than, we already know that Dreadnoughtus is be in the movie. So that's not a spoiler really anymore. It's like Mechagodzilla. We knew Mechagodzilla was going to be in Godzilla vs. Kong. It's just all in execution now. So if you don't want to be spoiled for anything, period, I suggest you go ahead and leave now. Like, comment, and subscribe. But if not, we are continuing on, roomies. Let's get on with this. So first one, this came out a little while ago. We have some fan-made concept art and toys. I'll be spanning them out through here. Of species that will be in Dominion. As far as we know, it's pretty much confirmed at this point based on everything we know. And those species, at least this is the original part, other species have been revealed today, which I'll address in a minute. So these original 1, 2, 3. Technically 4 were here, but 3 new ones. Nasutoceratops and the 3 new animals. Oh, sorry, I did not include one. Oh, I was right. It was, so I don't forget. I actually did forget one. It was actually 5. So Nasutoceratops, but we already know that. The other 4, which are new, are Giganotosaurus. And it looks pretty awesome from the concept art. All these do. Pyroraptor, which will be a fully feathered raptorial dinosaur, which looks pretty cool. Dimetrodon, which is a long time coming. I think everyone's been wanting a Dimetrodon for so long to see. And the 4th one is Deinonychus. And I actually have another video I'm going to make addressing a spoiler I had confirmed to me. It's a mild spoiler, you know. It's just one of those things that I learned at Pensacon. When I went to Pensacon and got these, I talked with a stunt actor who worked on Dominion, and he told me a little bit about some things that he worked on, which is pretty cool. I'm going to make my own video about that. Let's just say it involves a certain one of these dinosaurs. But anyway, moving on. If you've seen those toys and everything, we do have a little more merch. We have of the Giganotosaurus. It's like a skeletal design. It looks pretty cool. And patches of different meanings, different things, different sayings. I can't quite remember all of them, but I do remember one of the patches included a side-by-side of blue with a baby blue, which could either maybe be adult blue and baby blue. Maybe we'll have flashbacks like we did in Fallen Kingdom, but or maybe blue had a baby. Don't know why she wouldn't have had a baby on the island. I mean, the U-750 had a baby on the island. Don't know why blue wouldn't. But anyway, moving on with that, we did have some music revealed by Michael Giacchino, who revealed a little sheet of music. It's not much of a spoiler. I mean, it's just a little thing, but it's not much of a spoiler, you know. It's called Alan for Granted, so apparently this is the music that will go along with Alan Grant's character. And that's everything on that page. So now we're into the Today News. So, actually, this little part here is a kind of a bigger spoiler. Right here is a picture of... And I got this from Bryson Roberts from Jurassic_World 2018. He's from Instagram. And he revealed this picture. I don't know where he got it from. Sent it to him. But it's of the animatronic for the Giganotosaurus. This may be the same Giganotosaurus that Sam Neill was talking about. The one that he encountered. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Alan Grant and the Giga. That sounds pretty awesome. I want to see that scenario. What happens? Okay, so now I'm actually going to try and see if I can pull up, because there was 3 different sources. I actually need to turn this on. Of websites. I'm going to read 2 things from Collider, and I got the light shining on me now. 2 things from Collider and 1 thing from Empire Magazine, which goes into detail from Colin Trevorrow, talking about all the stuff that's going to happen within this featurette, talking about the featurette and all that. So, and I'm waiting for my tablet to turn on so I can talk more about what we got coming. Sorry, I had to do some updating real quick, but we do have some new stuff from here today. Okay, so this is the information from today. We will be getting, on June 25th, during the release of, I believe it's June 25th, isn't it, that F9 releases? I think it's June 25th. During the release of, and again with Fantastic Beasts, Fast and Furious 9, we have this poster here. It all started here, and it's a picture of a mosquito sucking on the skin of a dinosaur. And from what I've heard, this is supposed to be a T-Rex from the story, what we're hearing. Experience a special extended preview of Jurassic World Dominion with Fast and Furious 9 only in IMAX. I don't think I'm going to go to the theater to see this. As cool as it would be, I just don't think I would. I'd be just as in awe if it was in the theater. That's another thing. Oh, it's going to be hard to do an in-theater reaction. I kind of enjoy doing the Godzilla vs. Kong one just because I had more control. I could actually record everything. It's kind of hard to do in the movie theater. I'm still going to do the in-theater reaction, though. I think that's how I'm going to go with it. But we have this poster here. Looks pretty cool. But we also got this image that came along with it from Universal. Also courtesy of Jurassic Outpost. Of what is supposed to be part of the opening. And apparently I'll read more in a second. But this shows a theropod jaw and a smaller, little feathered dinosaur. And from what we've found out, this is actually the Giganotosaurus and a smaller basal tyrannosaur called, see, I gotta actually look it up again, Moros Moros intrepidus. So it's a little tyrannosaur. So it's pretty interesting, and it makes sense with the new paleontologist. They would choose something like this. But it is Moros intrepidus. And I've actually done some things on my Instagram looking at closer look at it. It's a cute little tyrannosaur and very small. So I mean, it is confirmed by Colin Trevorrow that these two, as these tweets show, they are Moros intrepidus and Giganotosaurus. So that's pretty cool for check and see they're home. These two species. And there is a little bit, I think all of this is going to be explaining the things I'm about to read, though. Yeah, this is from the actual websites. However, this one paragraph, I cannot find the site for, but I was linked it, but I don't know what the site is. It's from, but I do. It's pretty much. It's kind of just offhanded, but it says here the 5-minute footage opens on the narrative 65 million years before the events of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, taking audiences back to the moments when the mosquitoes unknowingly harvested the DNA that would later be used to create the dangerous Jurassic theme parks. The preview will feature 7 new species, that's wrong, it's actually 8, of dinosaurs, including the Dreadnoughtus, the largest dinosaur recorded by paleontologists, said to be 85 feet long and weigh about 65 tons. I will go into more detail about that, but this paragraph, wherever it came from, is actually wrong. It's 8 species, and this did come from _18 from, I picked it from there, but I'm going to read right here the actual articles. Got 2 from Collider. Oh, cool! It saved all this. Collider. I'm going to read the Collider ones first, then the Empire one. Sorry, had to cut again. Had to find the original articles. So this one is called, from Collider, Jurassic World Dominion director Colin Trevorrow on the film's unique story structure and runtime. Trevorrow also told us that he's been screening the film's current cut to deep fans of Jurassic Park and then seeing how they feel. I'm going to read that in just a second. Hold on. Jurassic World Dominion wrapped principal photography in November 2020. Its current release date is June 10th, 2022. So what the heck is director Colin Trevorrow going to do until then? In an exclusive interview with our own Stephen Weintraub earlier today, Trevorrow revealed that he's been screening the current cut of the film for his friends, family, co-workers, and hardcore fans of the franchise. In fact, Trevorrow revealed he had a Pinewood Studios screening of the film today, as in before speaking to our own Steve Weintraub, and called it both nerve-wracking and a blast. I brought my daughter of age 8 as my security blanket. Why wasn't I involved? I guess there's a lot more people that could have been called too, but before me, but still, I would have been. Why couldn't I have gotten a DM? Just a courtesy DM. In many cases, test screenings of films, especially blockbusters with giant gobs of visual effects to render, feature cartoonishly unfinished effects, or even hand-drawn animatics to show what will go there once the rest of the film is picture-locked. With Trevorrow's screenings, our visual effects are almost done. We don't have cartoon dinosaurs walking around. You're watching the movie. However, he went on to admit that the sound mix, which would include sound effects and music, still needs work. It's tough to show people without the sound mix because so much of the emotion that you have is brought out of that mix. But what they're looking at, it's an ability to judge it. Trevorrow went on to say he's been screening the film's current cut to deep fans of Jurassic Park, people who swear by it and love it, and then seeing how they feel. It's been a much more involved process with the audiences this time. Why all this extra time and attention, as the director puts it? Because this film won't necessarily follow traditional screenplay structure, centering on a single protagonist, where everybody knows what happens on page 12. Instead, the film follows 2 sets of characters. The classic JP cast of Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum, and the contemporary Jurassic World cast, Bryce Dallas Howard, Chris Pratt. Trevorrow said that with these different sets of cast members, he's telling 2 parallel stories that are just driving closer and closer together. And you understand that, and you start to understand how they're going to intersect, and then they do. But that's not a traditional way to structure a movie. Trevorrow wants to do justice to these characters in this non-traditional story structure, making sure he's not shortchanging anybody. Laura and Sam and Jeff are just as big a part of the movie as Chris and Bryce are. As far as screen time, as far as their importance to the story, everything. In the goal of giving all these characters their narrative justice with this parallel structure, we asked Trevorrow if the film might be closer to 2.5 hours in runtime, and he revealed to us, I know how long it is now, and it's not longer than that. And until he cuts the film down to its final, not above 150-minute pace, He's going to keep tweaking and showing and editing until he's satisfied. And Trevorrow seems to be a tricky business. That was weird. He left the test screening he attended again the same day he was interviewed by us, not feeling like it was a gimme. I don't have the arrogance in me. It doesn't exist. I'm always wondering how we can make it more effective. I understand now. I understand it now. I understand it all. Remaking the movie you made, doing a new version of it years later, I get it. That was it at that. So, let's go on and read the other one. I believe that's this one. Yeah, this one right here. Jurassic, this is the second article. Jurassic World Dominion, New Dinosaurs, Cretaceous Era, Prologue, and everything else we learned from the IMAX footage. Universal Pictures and Amblin Entertainment have announced that a special extended preview of Jurassic World Dominion will play exclusively ahead of every IMAX screening of F9 starting June 25th and June 25th. I was right. And Collider had an opportunity to view the footage ahead of its premiere. This is from Stephen Weintraub. Watched the 5 minutes extended preview of Jurassic World Dominion in IMAX yesterday. The first half is like a nature film, and I loved every second. If you're a fan of the T-Rex in the films, you'll see her origin story. The second half of the footage is a lot of action. Origin. Let's see. The preview takes place both in the past and the present, kicking off 65 million years ago during the Cretaceous period, and the score was done by composer Michael Giacchino. The preview plays like a nature film where we are following a number of dinosaurs as they wander around the land. It's peaceful and quiet, allowing us to take in the beauty of our planet before humans arrived. In addition, since we're back in time, we get to see 7 new species of dinosaurs created by the team of Industrial Light and Magic that have never been seen in any Jurassic film before. Dreadnoughtus, the giant sauropod. Quetzalcoatlus, that's a really cool one. That's one I really want to see, especially because they did that concept teaser years ago at like a con or whatever, which had the 2 Quetzalcoatlus. Oviraptor, the Pseudoceratops, but the Pseudoceratops was in Battle of Big Rock. Iguanodon, Morus intrepidus, and Giganotosaurus. Now, my only issue with what he said there, if this takes place in the past, how are all these species going to interact? Because, for one, T-Rex is in North America, Giganotosaurus in South America. I don't think they'd ever interact, technically speaking. So I'm wondering how that technically works. Also, Oviraptor is a Mongolian species, so that wouldn't... So is it just going everywhere in the world looking at different species that are in the modern day? Or I'm wondering what they mean by that. Or if, in fact, these are just animals that are in our world today. Or something. Let me read on a little bit. Towards the middle of the extended preview, we encounter a T-Rex and a Giganotosaurus fighting. And after a short battle, the T-Rex is killed. T-Rex fanboy's gonna be... As we get a close-up on his eye dilating, we see a mosquito fly in and suck out some blood from the area nearby. Is it the same Amber mosquito that John Hammond has on his staff in the first Jurassic Park movie? ? That is undetermined, but it's pretty clear this is the origin story of the T-Rex we have come to know and love in the Jurassic films. As we cut to 65 million years later, we are following a T-Rex as it is racing through a forest, being chased by people in a helicopter, trying to take it down with a tranquilizer dart. As they race through the forest, as the race through the forest continues, the T-Rex enters a drive-in parking lot where chaos unfolds as people scramble to escape this massive dinosaur. As the sequence ends, you'll be left wanting more. Woo! Not home yet. Woo! That sounds good. That's something I know a lot of people want to see. That kind of scenario happen. Kind of sounds like dinosaurs attacks in a way. While I could go on and on about why the footage was so impressive, the main thing that left me speechless was how amazing the VFX was in bringing these dinosaurs to life. In the footage, you can see the webbing in some of the mouths, chipped teeth, and hair. I think they mean like proto-feathers or whatnot. Trust me, if you are a fan of the Jurassic World series, you are going to want to buy a ticket to F9 and IMAX to see this footage. In a statement provided for release, director Colin Trevorrow expressed his excitement over the preview footage reveal. Ever since I was a kid, I have wanted to see dinosaurs in their natural habitat. It may have taken a few decades, but with a little help from ILM, Universal, and Amblin, it has finally happened. This preview is just a glimpse of the film we made. It's an epic celebration of everything Steven Spielberg and Michael Crichton created, and can't wait to share with the world next summer. This sequence is was made to be seen on the biggest screen possible. Luckily, IMAX theaters are back, and all over the world we're returning to theaters because movies bring us closer together. I think we need that shared experience right now, maybe more than we ever have. Now, a lot of people are going to be ticked off when they hear IMAX only. I think maybe it'll be exclusive on IMAX for the weekend, but it's going to get released on the internet at some point. I truly believe that. I don't think it'll be exclusive to IMAX for an extended period of time because that just peeve a lot of people off. I think it will be released online at some point. It's just a more way to get people to go in to see F9, go to the theaters and whatnot. But I mean, for me, I'm going to wait till it comes out online. Just saying. I think it's the last thing. There was the Empire thing, but also Collider revealed another thing. I believe they just released it. Let me see. This is it. No, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like a cut down version of the previous article. That's weird. Let me go to Empire. Let's see. Empire magazine. And we also had a picture for, I think these were already released, these set photos of Egypt, and I think this is where, or no, I remember what it was. Yes, this is it. This is the article I was looking for. This is from Empire. Exclusive, Colin Trevorrow talks Jurassic World Dominion IMAX preview. Jurassic World Dominion is still a year away for hyped up dinosaur enthusiasts, not to mention aficionados of Ian Malcolm. My little Ian Malcolm heart buttons over there. That wait may as well be 65 million years, but fortunately, director Colin Trevorrow and Universal have put together a special treat for fans to help the time fly by. A 5-minute preview of the movie that will play before IMAX screenings of Fast and Furious 9. Empire got to see footage earlier this week up on a Brachiosaurus-sized screen, and it begins with something new for the franchise. An epic flashback to prehistoric times, teeming with all the manner of toothy, scaly beasties, plus a buzzing DNA-extracting mosquito or two. After a fierce showdown between a T-Rex and an enormous debuting dino, the Dreadnoughtus, it cuts to the modern day in a sequence in which drive-in cinema is under assault by the T-Rex. We know from previous movies with a military helicopter in hot pursuit. It's the kind of huge kinetic spectacle we've been missing, and we spoke to Trevorrow over Zoom to find out how it came to be. My other issue of it is if it takes place in the past, how is a T-Rex going to fight a Giganotosaurus? That's my biggest thing. That shouldn't happen as far as I can think. Yeah. It was always part of the story. I really wanted to not just tell an origin story for the T-Rex that we love, but to really put into visual terms the story that we've been told for 30 years of how dinosaurs were made from DNA fossilized in amber. Sometimes we put a human face on things. I wanted to put a dinosaur's face on things and see what actually went down. And now we know that the dinosaur that we love, the T-Rex, was brutally murdered by the Giganotosaurus, and that's part of the story we're telling for the film. But is that paleontologically accurate? Like North America, South America. I don't know. I mean, a different Earth shape, whatnot, but I'm just saying, I thought they were in different periods. It's quite hypnotic watching the dinosaurs just doing their thing without humans around. Can you talk us through some of the creatures in the sequence? Well, we start with the Dreadnoughtus, which was discovered not long ago, those bones, and it's one of the great things about being able to rip dinosaurs from the headlines, that we're able to see something exciting and do some research on it and then build a model and put it into the movies. The Quetzalcoatlus, which we've never seen before, which is much bigger than a Pteranodon. We're following this massive Quetzalcoatlus, and then it lands, and you see all these Pteranodons as its feet, like birds. That's awesome. And you realize how big the thing is. And then we have our first feather dinosaur, the Oviraptor. I feel like that's going to be a bit of a headline for those who care about paleontological accuracy. Another one with feathers, which is one in the picture. Wait, what? Feathers. Oh, sorry. Another one with feathers, which is the one in the picture, is the Moros intrepidus. That one showed up maybe 2 years ago. It probably popped up, and I believe I remember reading about the Moros now that I think about it. I read that story. That one showed up maybe 2 years ago. It probably popped up into your feed that people found a tiny T-Rex like feather dinosaur, and that was one of the quickest turnarounds that we've had from discovery to putting it on screen. That's cool. That's cool, because I remember when they talked about Bagheera, please get down, buddy. Talked about the mini feathered tyrannosaur, the Moros. I remember it now. I remember that article. How much of the sequence was shot on location? How much was CG? It's all location. We managed to get footage from the island of Socotra, which is in the Indian Ocean, and has not been filmed much at all, and then put our dinosaurs into it. And I love that the... No. Get down, get down, get down, get down. Okay. Dinosaurs into it, and I love the environment has plants and trees and flowers unlike anywhere else in the world. I've been fascinated with it for a long time. The idea that we were able to put the oldest creatures known into a place that feels like the oldest part of the planet was fascinating to me. Was that something you shot right at the beginning before you got into the human stuff? It was actually ready to go last summer. That whole sequence had been storyboarded out by Glenn McClintosh, who played Blue in the first movie and has been our animator throughout. Glenn moved on from ILM, but we really wanted him to be involved, so we designed the sequence together. He's probably the biggest dinosaur nerd in the world. He won't mind if I call him that. He loves them so much, and he got the opportunity that I think all dinosaur fans would want to recreate that what life would look like or be like in the Cretaceous. He really went for it. The drive-in scene is a lot of fun. The cinema happens to be showing a double bill of American Graffiti and Flash Gordon. One is a bit of a shout-out, I guess, to Bryce Dallas Howard's dad, and also to George Lucas. What we didn't realize at the time was that having a drive-in with vintage movies was going to be what we were all doing for the following year. And so it turned into this weird life-imitating art thing where suddenly the T-Rex was going to destroy the drive-ins we've all been spending our time in while waiting for movie theaters to open again. It feels like maybe a little nod to the creatures descending on a cinema in Gremlins. A little bit. It's funny. Initially, Emily Carmichael, co-screenwriter, and I talked about her attacking an actual movie theater, and then we just couldn't figure out how she'd get in there. It couldn't be like the first movie where she just appears from above frame. No one's going to buy that. And so as we connected it into the story, the idea that there would be a rural drive-in theater night on the edge of this national park where the T-Rex has been hanging out and is now on the run from the cops, basically all just came together. That sounds a lot better. Kind of, if you did the whole theater thing, it would probably sound a lot like King Kong 2005. A version of it, what people are seeing here, is unique to this preview, but there will certainly be elements of this in the movie. Where are you with the film now? We're pretty far along. We're actually just screened it today for some very close friends and family, people we trust, and heading into a sound mix, which is one of my favorite parts. I get to go to San Francisco, back home, where I've mixed all my movies, and go to Skywalker Ranch and finish it up. You've had a delay of a year. How has that changed things for you? A couple of things from a filmmaking standpoint. Normally, because we're always cramped and trying to make the release date, especially in some of the territories where we're releasing earlier, we're finishing visual effects while we're mixing sound, and right after we do the score. This time we actually got to do all those things separately and on their own time, especially the sound mix. We will be completely done with visual effects and when we're mixing sound, so it's just a very humane way to make a movie. I wish I could do it this way all the time. It's definitely taken a bit of the intensity out of that process. Normally it is. Is there one thing about this movie that you're particularly excited about now it's kind of all in front of you? I'm just really into the story. This is a very different kind of Jurassic movie. There's a lot of action, a lot of adventure, but the way that we bring these characters together and the effect they have on each other and how their stories collide, a movie where they're drawing closer and closer together, is just very exciting for me. Structurally, it's cool, it's different, and it's very satisfying to see all of them up on the screen together. Are you getting back into the cinema now yourself and checking things out? We went to see Cruella, my daughter and I, on Saturday, and I just ate it up. Like, I'm not sure if I've loved a movie more in a long time, just because I was in the theater, having the experience watching it, and we're going to go see In the Heights this weekend. What just happened? Heights this weekend. I'm really excited for that. I just love that we get to go to at least make the choice. You know, I understand that streaming is great in business for a lot of people, but I hope parents are going to be able to make an effort to remind their kids how special theatrical experience is. It's more than just content, it's shared experience. This preview is screening in front of Fast and Furious 9. I'm sure you've seen the rumors online about a Fast and Furious Jurassic Park's crossover. Do you have a comment? I don't want to say anything because then the memes will stop. Reality is just not as much fun. I mean, have I ever heard anything about a franchise crossover? Of course not. But do I enjoy seeing people take it really seriously on Twitter? I do. So let's just keep having fun with the what ifs. The 5-minute special preview will play exclusively at IMAX screenings of Fast and Furious 9 from June 29th. Jurassic Dominion will be in cinemas on the 10th of June 2022. And that's it, guys. That's everything I can find now. I don't think there's any more information from that. That's everything from the magazines and whatnot. This is going to be a very long Jurassic chat once I'm done editing. So, what do you guys think of all the information that we've got? Notice that the sun is now shining in my face. It's been so long. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Hope you all enjoy this Jurassic chat, and I cannot wait to get it out because there's so much information. And I cannot wait to see this featurette or this tease. I hope it works out well. I'm still iffy on the possibility of the Giganotosaurus fighting the T-Rex in the prehistoric past, but whatever. It's still going to be awesome. And I love the other animals that we've already gotten to hear about. Some that we know exist canonly in the present period, but now we also get to see them in the past. And apparently, from what I've heard from rumors, that the T-Rex will look more like an actual scientifically accurate T-Rex. So that actually sounds cool. That we could see different versions of dinosaurs. Kind of gives the best of both worlds to dinosaur fans. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. And let's hit the whatever subscriber mark.